I was 6 weeks old and I left to go on tour for 9 weeks, and it's difficult, especially when you're leaving a wife at home with not only a 6-week-old but a 4-year-old too. So you are in trouble constantly, and understandably so. But I was as lonely as I've probably ever been, and I wrote this in a hotel room in Kansas City one night. That's not the good part of the story. The story is you miss these little moments when you're at home. And last week, my kids had found, we'd set up all of our Christmas decorations. My kids had gone and, when they were in the attic, found an old box of Christmas brownies that were, it's a mix, not like made brownies. Mix, and it's got icing packets and these things that you cut out, make them look like presents and all of this. And so a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old think it's the coolest thing in the world. So they bring it down and convince my wife that they're going to bake them. She tries to tell them that they're not going to taste very good because they're 2 years old and they've been in the attic. But being that they're my children and they're stubborn and hard-headed, they did it anyway. And they baked them and then they ate them and they were terrible. So they threw them all away, except for my determined 2-year-old. He took the brownie and he said, "I'll eat it, I'll eat it." He walked around the house and he nibbled and ate and they played. And about 10 or 15 minutes later, he came back in and he said, "Mommy, you eat." Chocolate all over his hand where it melted. She, being a doting mother, leaned down to take a bite of the chocolate off of his hand, and as it smeared on the side of her face, she realized that as we're potty training him, he had checked his diaper. So my youngest son had literally shit on my wife's face. And it's one of those moments that it doesn't matter how good I am on the road, and it doesn't matter how soon I'm coming home. It doesn't matter when your wife has gotten her face shit on by your baby. And there's a part of me that you smile, one, because your wife got her face shit on. But you also smile just because it's one of those things that's you hate to miss those moments because that will haunt him for the rest of his life. It is my solemn vow that will haunt him for the rest of his life.
What would Jesus say?